What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Elden Ring walkthrough. So today we are going to make our way through this section of the Haligtree area that is directly in front of us. It is evening time, so I'm going to warp to morning. I'm going to be using the Bloodhound's Fang for the majority of this spot just because I feel like it just deals with the enemies a little bit better, in my opinion, at least with the way that I play. And so this episode might end up being a little bit shorter. I don't know. I have a kind of an end spot in mind, and however long it takes us to get there is however long this episode is going to be. So for starters, we're going to just run past most of these guys. There's a section over across there that I want to get to first. So we're going to hop right over here, hop on down here, and we're going to fight this guy. And he's already going after us. I'm going to hide behind here. This is a elevator that we're going to have access to a bit later. And he's just spamming that attack right now. I'm going to wait here until he decides to behave himself. Okay. Forget it. I'm going to go. There we go. Now we're in a normal fight. If you don't want that to happen to you, you can wait just a bit. Wait for him to kind of finish his patrolling route. And he'll be further down and he won't see you kind of when you walk down that buttress like you saw me. So it is a bit more reasonable to deal with him because he patrols on this entire platform. And so, yeah, it might be a good idea just to wait for him to go further down. So I'm going to try to lure him down here. He is a Putrid avatar, so he does spew Scarlet Rot. So just be aware of that. And make sure you don't fall off the edge because there are gaps in the railing. And of course, here's his rot attack. So the rot's gonna come out from him when he does his body slam attack. And then after that, just kind of more of the same. We fought a bunch of these guys before. Really not a whole heck of a lot different about it. When he does this, I always run away and dodge to the side, back side to side. And top off health is needed. And he's almost done. There we go. So, for killing him, we get the Rotten Staff. That's guaranteed. Down here, we got a Dragon Somber Smithing Stone. Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, I should say, for a +10 special weapon. And some Aeonian Butterflies. And now we're going to backtrack along this path to get the rest of the loot. That's on this side. This side is much shorter than the other side, which is why I'm doing this first. Got a Newman's Rune right there. So I'm doing this first. And then we're going to warp back to the side of Grace. And then we're going to tackle the other side of this area. So we got a Crystalline enemy. So I'm going to switch to my hammer because they are generally weak to blunt damage. Just run on up to it. Start doing jump attacks. It does the magic, kind of get behind it. All right, broke her armor. Let me stamina recover just a bit. And continue with the jump attacks, which now she'll stagger with those jump attacks because her armor was broken. There's a Somber 9. And so at this point, there's nothing else really that I want to do on this side. That item over there, we could jump to it, but that takes us to the other side, and we're going to be getting that anyways. I want to make sure that we cover that area front to back, so I don't want to jump over in the middle. So now that we've covered that side with the Putrid avatar, we're just going to go back over here. Whoops, I accidentally took that off. There we go. And we're going to work our way through here as we normally would, kind of taking out the enemies and being strategic about it. So that first guy's got the horn. Make sure you take him out first. You don't want him to blow the horn and alert literally everybody to your presence. These kind of glowing guys, they'll blow up. So make sure you take them out before they blow up. And here we got a couple enemies. Kind of slow to get up. Got another golden rune in here. And that's where we went over before. This guy's slow to get up. Oh, he didn't die. Oh, well. All right, so smithing 8. Jump up on this tree branch. This will take us up here. This is directly above where we cut over to fight the Putrid Avatar before. We get the McKellen Knight's Sword. So before we dropped over there to fight him, there was actually a ladder that we could climb up. If we were to descend that ladder, we're going to get to that spot. So alternatively, to get to the spot, as opposed to jumping over to the tree root, you can just climb that ladder. Trying to get back on top of this root here. There we go. Homeboy just not interested in us. Okay, so there's the door that we went in to get to that tree root. So we're going to head down over here. This guy's looking the wrong way. And this is an exploder. So this, we jumped over the railing to land on this buttress to get to one of the seedbed curses in the last episode. Since we've already done that, we don't need to do that again. So I'm going to go this way instead. And this way we've already been. We dropped off at the very beginning, and over there we got a spell. So we don't need to backtrack that way. Well, actually, I'm going to make sure that I got the loot inside of this room here. I'm just to make sure. I can't remember if I got it last episode or not. I might regret doing this, but we'll see. I think I've already got the loot in here, but I'm just double checking. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. So carry on this way. Inside of this room are 2 Cleanrot Knights, and we also jumped over on this buttress to get another seedbed curse. There are 2 seedbed curses in this area. We got both of them in the last episode. And we've explored those areas already, so we don't need to do it again. So I'm just luring this first Cleanrot Knight out. As I said, there's 2 of them in this room. Kind of my MO for fighting these guys is jump attack, and then special, and then they should stun. Come on, buddy. Why are you taking so long? He's doing his projectiles on me here. Just trying to get him out of the room. Normally they're a bit more aggressive than this. Come on. I don't want to fight both of you at the same time. He's slowly but surely making his way out of the room. Normally they kind of charge at me, but... There we go. Like that. But this is how I fight pretty much all of them. And there's the other one. Yeah, this other one is a bit more aggressive. So jump attack, special. You should get a stagger. And take him out pretty quickly. All right, got a smithing 7. And here's that item I showed you before that we could have jumped over to. It's a golden rune 10. And I chose not to jump over to it because I told you I wanted to kind of progress this area back to front. So that way we get the full experience. Okay, let's see. We're going to fight this guy first. Oh, he knocked me back. That guy's got a crossbow. All right. None of these guys in this section are too particularly difficult. So once you make your way here, you see those shinies. You could technically go down there and run and get them, but there are guys mounted on ballistas that are just going to wreck you if you do that. And there's really nothing around this corner, so I suggest not even going down there, not even worrying about those enemies. What we're going to do now is head into this door. I just wanted to show you what was down there. And there's going to be an enemy right here chilling. We're going to jump up on this tree root. Oh. And that's where we just were. So you can head up this way. Drop, get this item. You can jump back on the tree root. And there's no item up here, but... So from up top, you can see those guys on the ballista. There's one's over there, and then there's one directly in front of the staircase. So we're going to take those guys out, but we're going to kind of sneak around the side. And the way to do that is to go across this buttress. Make sure you sprint, because they're going to try to shoot at you, or they might try to shoot at you. Just make sure you're going fast enough so they're not going to hit you. On this platform, there's really not much other than a cerulean scarab. There's these flowers going to try to rot you. Just run past them. Jump over here. There are 2 Cleanrot knights in this room. They may or may not come after you right away. They generally won't. We're going to go up here first. Take out these guys. So there's the 2 mounted on ballistas. So now they can't shoot at us anymore. And then there's a guy over here. Get the Haligtree soldier ashes. So now we're going to go back inside this room that has the 2 Cleanrot knights. There's a couple other enemies as well. So there's the first of the knights. I'm going to go on and get this. These guys are going to come on over. And the commotion, yep, the commotion then brings the Cleanrot knight over. So jump it, whoops. Jump attack. Oh, I messed that up. Watch out for that upward stab that he does. That upward stab is his grab attack. He'll Scarlet Rot you immediately if that hits you and do a ton of damage in the process. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my special here. I kind of got out of my rhythm there. All right. He's going to try to crossbow me. That's not a wise idea, my friend. So the other Cleanrot knight is all the way in the back. You can actually surprise attack him if you're careful. Just kind of crouch down, go around this. You get a backstab on him. So he gets up, jump attack, special, and he's going to be dead. So you can hear the kind of shiny scarab up top. That's just the cerulean scarab that we don't need, or at least I don't need. So down there, remember last episode when we fought all those royal revenants, we got the legendary talisman down there. That is, if we take that ladder down, which we don't need to do all that again. We did all that in the last episode. So now we are going to proceed. I'm just going to top off my blue bar. And then what you want to do is you want to walk up this buttress. And that is actually a makeable jump. So we're going to sprint down the buttress, hold the sprint button all the way through, make a sharp left turn, and jump. And it is makeable. It might take a couple tries. If you fall down, there's a Putrid avatar right there. But you can always, if you respawn at the site of grace, you can basically run to this spot without fighting anybody. So we got the Haligtree Knight Helm. And over here, the reason why I wanted to skip that is because there's a site of grace back here. And I don't want to reset the area because I'm not going to reset that site of grace because I don't want to reset the area because we've killed some of those folks on the ballistas already. Now this guy is super susceptible to Taker's Flame. So I'm going to throw on the Blasphemous Blade and go to town here. And he'll come in here and try to fight you. But you got range on him. that is it for him. And he always drops a Lord's Rune, which is like basically the highest tier rune. So there are going to be some stronger... So you see those guys mounted on the ballistas. We're going to take them out in just a bit. There's going to be some stronger Haligtree knights up here. Fortunately, the game lets you summon in this spot. So I'm going to summon Mimic right when it gives me... See, it gives me the opportunity right here. So I'm going to summon Mimic and then take out these stronger knights. These stronger knights are really tough, actually. They can heal, and when they heal, it is a full health heal. So I'm going to let the Mimic distract one of them while I take on the other one. So he's going over to that one. I'm going to take on this one. Oh, Mimic is doing the same one as me now. But generally, I kind of overload them with specials, get a stagger. And now that the Mimic is taking on the other one, it's really hard to do both of these at the same time. Extremely difficult. And so having Mimic distract one is extremely, extremely helpful. All right, picked up the item back there. Now we're going to take out these two guys in the ballistas. So that said, we now have all of them gone. So there's the two up there and then these two. And if you take the bait and try to get these items on the bridge without taking them out, you're just going to get destroyed. And it's very difficult. So now that we have this Site of Grace unlocked, what I'm going to do is, you know, I don't want to assume that all of you guys made it through this on the first try like I just did and made that jump on your first try, etc. I've done all this, you know, a bunch of times, and so I'm, you know, more accustomed to it. I know on my first try, on my first playthrough, I really struggle with this area. So I mentioned before that if you get to this spot and you die before you get to that Site of Grace, there's a way you can run back without really fighting anything. I'm just going to show you how I execute the run back, just in case you have to do the run back. This is a walkthrough, so I want to show you just kind of everything I know and, you know, the different strategies that I would employ. So I am going to demonstrate the run back just so you guys can see. I literally fight nobody. So run down here, and we're going to jump over, take this buttress. It's going to kind of be a shortcut for us. And then jump over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump on this buttress as well. That's going to allow us to go up and around kind of that first room that had the two Cleanrot knights. So now we're on the upper level. And all you have to do now is drop down here, run across this buttress. And then now we're back to that area where the guys on the ballista are. So now is when I would start fighting people. I just kill this guy, get the two guys on the ballistas. And then you don't have to kill that guy if you don't want, but then just go up on this buttress. And then, you know, took 45 seconds or so, and you're already back able to attempt this jump again. And that's assuming you fell, you didn't make it your first time, or whatever the case may be. And now we're here at this Site of Grace. So again, these avatars fortunately don't respawn, so I've already killed it, so I don't have to fight it again. And here we are at the Site of Grace. So I'm going to go in and rest because we're not going to backtrack that direction anymore. So I don't care if everything respawns. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to level up, take my dexterity up a bit. And going to equip the hammer because we're about to fight some crystalline enemies. And there's 3 of them, but you can fight them 1 versus 1. They're all facing away, so just take out some form of projectile, shoot one of them, have it come over, fight it, rinse, repeat. So while it comes over, I'm going to buff. And these things can inflict Scarlet Rot. Okay, so I'm going to heal up. And I'm also going to heal the rot. Build up. Okay, and then rinse and repeat for the other 2. I'm going to get this other one that's a spear one first. My hammer back on while she comes over. That was poorly timed. That was poorly timed. There we go. And for number 3, I don't need to shoot first. I'm just going to go over there and beat up on her. And this one is a staff kind of magic wielder. All right, got the rotten crystal sword from that treasure chest. All right, put bloodhounds back on. And just real quick, I mean, I'm going to show my stats in case you guys are wondering where I'm at this point in the playthrough. And so that way, I mean, if you guys want to respec to kind of match my stats, you certainly can do that. And again, I fought that Putrid avatar back there with the Blasphemous Blade. I got the Blasphemous Blade from trading in the Rykard's Remembrance at Round Table Hold. So around here, we got Heroes Rune 5. So now we want to climb up these roots, and that's going to take us to the next spot. This is another giant scarlet rot swamp. This is a deep swamp, so I'm going to equip an ability to let me skip through. Back there, there's a couple butterflies. There's also a pest enemy, and there's a few of the pests in this giant swamp that we're going to skip, except for this one. That one's kind of eager to fight us. I am going to run by it. Yep, nope. I'm going to fight it because it scurried on over here. All right, so now I'm going to equip the Bloodhound Claws to get the Bloodhound Step ability to skip through this swamp quickly. Where are my claws? Where are my fist-based weapons? There they are. Bloodhound Step. You can get these butterflies if you want. There's butterflies in the swamp down there. I mean, if you want them, you can kind of spend some more time looking around down in here and pick them up if you want. I don't really care so much about them. They're mainly for craft, or they are for crafting. But if you're quick enough, you should not get the Scarlet Rot to trigger. You just hop down on these tree roots. And there are some butterflies over here. And all the way at the bottom, you see that down there where kind of the water's flowing around with the white flowers? That is where we fight the boss. We are working our way down there. Let's see, I'm going to put Bloodhound's Fang back on. Down here is where we want to go. Up. I don't need to climb down this ladder. I could just dropped, but oh well, whatever. All right, so over here we have ourselves another Site of Grace. I'm going to rest at this one. And I'm probably going to reallocate my flasks. Go back to my normal allocation of 13 and 1. Okay, so we're going to do something really quick in this next section, and then we're going to wrap. So we're going to get our final legendary talisman. And the reason why I want this is because I'm actually going to use it pretty much right away to fight some pretty challenging enemies that we have coming up in the next episode. So to get there, follow this tree root. And this will also pop our trophy for the all legendary talisman trophies, because this is our final legendary. And at this point, we will have all of the legendary trophies. We'll have the one for magic and incantations. We'll have the one for armaments. We'll have the one for spirit ashes. And we will have the one now from talismans. All right, so what we want to do is take this route all the way up to the top. There's going to be a hole in the roof you can drop down through. Kind of line up with this beam. You don't have to line up with it perfectly because there's another spot you're going to land on. So jump down to this treasure chest and try to kill these guys as quickly as possible. Bloodhound's Finesse is a great way to do it. I didn't kill that one, but I knocked him over, which is as good as killing him for purposes of opening up this treasure chest. And we got the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman and our Legendary Talisman Trophy. So to recap all of the Legendary Talismans, we got the Radagon Icon from the Rhea Lucaria Academy after fighting the Red Wolf of Radagon. We got the Godfrey Icon from the Golden Lineage Everjail and Altus Plateau. We got Radagon's Source Seal and Fort Feroth and Dragon Barrow, which is in Caelid. We got the Moon of Noxtella from the Eternal City underground. We got the Old Lord's Talisman in Farum Azula, just past where Bernal invaded us. We got Marika's Source Seal down in the basement in this area. In the previous episode, we got the Erdtree Favor +2 in the Ashen Capital. In this area where the three ulcerated tree spirits are. And then we just now got the Dragon Crest Great Shield right here. So I'm going to go ahead and equip the Dragon Crest Great Shield because it basically is a beefed up version of this Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +2. So you see, if we look at our stats, this boosts our physical damage resistances pretty substantially. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this on because it is basically just the beefed up version of the talisman that we already had on anyways. So drop down here, take out this thing, and head out here for some nascent butterflies. And that's all we're going to do for this episode. I'm going to head back here to the drainage channel. And this is where we're going to wrap. As I said, this one is a little bit of a shorter episode. I anticipated that it might be, but this is where I want to wrap for this one. We're going to knock out the rest of this area in the next episode, which includes the boss, which many would consider to be the hardest boss of the game. So we have lots in store for the next one. So anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Really appreciate each and every one of you who have been showing me your support along the way. Really, thank you guys so much. Take care, and I'll see you next time.